Cigars are blazing, the whiskey's flowing. Tonight, the legends gather once again. Welcome to the iconic Barrel Burners Lounge, where class meets chaos and smoke fills the air. Entering the lounge with bourbon in hand, the time to smoke is here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Barrel Burners Live, presented by Barrel Burners.
Presented by Barrel Burners, guys.
And
What's
legends?
up? The legends.
The legends. That's kind of stretching it.
The
Okay.
legends. The OG legends are here. What's up, everybody? It's that time of the year. Go ahead, hate on me. My ugly hat is out and graces you guys once a year, and I hear the bullshit, and I still don't care. What the hell's up, guys? We got a few more people in here, and let's get this countdown started. How about that? Look, while we're waiting on a few people to come, I'm going to do a real quick run. I'm going to show you guys. I want to show you guys the disparity, the difference from last year's countdown to this year's countdown. I want to show y'all. We're just going to do a quick speed run, and I'm going to show y'all what the top 10 cigars of last year was. Oki, can you remember what number one was last year offhand?
Oh, Lord.
I'll give you a hint. It was an Espinosa.
Yeah, and I'm trying. That's my problem is I'm trying to remember which one it was. I want to say it was the Chef Special, or not Chef Special.
I honestly don't even remember. So let's
the knuckle sandwich maybe. I don't remember 100%.
Yeah. All right. So this was last year, guys. I'm gonna do you a real speed run, especially for you guys that's new to the club and you went in here. We're just gonna do a brief, just touch on it real fast. Show you. No, it wouldn't have been the Puro last year, Jimmy. The Puro come out this year. So this is what we're at. Number 10, you had the Payback Room 101. This is the
one I talked a lot of shit about. 7x70. I
Correct.
didn't smoke it.
You had the Blackworks Intergalactic at 9. We had some Black Star Love last year, another great cigar.
Volley Bella, yep.
You had the Chef Special 2024 hit at number 7.
I was mad about that one.
The Comfortably Numb hit at 6 last year, guys. That was the new release, the number 4. The Blackbird Superb at 5. Crown Heads Los Calaveras, man. This one breaks my heart.
Yep.
So, yes, this was last year's number 4. Always a yearly release you got to get, guys. Number 3, AJ somehow always sneaks one of his in here that he don't blend for other people. This was another great cigar. This was like smoking a chocolate bar. This was a great cigar. So this was last year, guys. Don't get excited if you're just popping in. Just doing a quick speed run of last year. Number 2 was the Warhead 10.
Yep.
And then we followed that up with number 1 last year was the Knuckle Sandwich 56 last year.
That was the one I was thinking of. Yeah, it was a Guy Fieri cigar.
Yep. So, I mean, Espinosa, Knuckle Sandwich, all the same, right?
No comment.
Yeah, that was last year. How's it going, Mike? How's it going, Brutus? Jimmy, thank you all, guys. Before we start the stream, there's 2 things, guys. Everybody raise your glass. Let's Barrel Burners up for all of our brothers we've lost and all of our family and friends we have lost through the years. I'm on medicine, so I got a water shot with you, but Barrel Burners up, guys. All right, so we got that out of the way. Next thing, guys, before we start this countdown, I want everybody in here right now. There's a few of you. Put your prediction. What's going to be the number 1 cigar on this countdown this year? Not you, Okie. Everybody in chat, drop your number 1, what you think the number 1 cigar on this top 10 countdown is going to be this year. And I'm smoking one of my favorite cigars of the year, guys, if I can find my camera. The Viva La Vida Connecticut is what I'm on. And Okie, what are you on?
I have, like we said, AJ Fernandez always does something, and I am smoking his Decenio from this year. And my Lord.
Jimmy says the Puro or the My Father Blue is going to be number 1. I will tell you guys, I was talking to Oki sidebar before we started this stream. I can tell with the voting and the cigars that's in this top 10 stream this year, it's almost split from major to boutique. It's a big split. There was a rift this year in the voting. So I can tell because we took in a lot of new members this year, a lot of new prospects, a lot of new blood in there that maybe not fully be into the boutique scene like the rest of us. And I think that weighed on the voting heavily. So you're going to see a mixed bag of cigars in this top 10 this year for sure. Jeff says Decenio is delicious. Yeah, Donnie says the same thing. Yeah, that was Perdomo Legacy. Maduro Rob says is going to be the top cigar of the year. Factory Throwouts from Brutus. Keith is smoking his favorite of the year, the Chef Special 25. Chef Special was a
Hey, I smoked that one the other day, Keith, and other than the original Chef Special release, that one is my favorite. Like, yeah, I love this year's Chef Special. If I get back to the shop up in Edmond, I'm going to see if they've got any more there in Espinosa shop. So I'm going to stock up on some of them because that was a great cigar this year.
I mean, Espinosa, man, did it again. They had another great year of new releases. I mean, it's just...
Well, and it's their standard stuff that they were doing. I mean, they did the Chef Special. They did the Knuckle Sandwich for Guy Fieri's.
Yep.
And, you know, they were, you know, Warhead.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's
then they dropped the bomb with the Puro. We got the Puro this year on top of all that.
Yep. Yeah, they did. They churned out some stuff this year.
Yeah, it's it's crazy, man. It's like printing money right now. They're like the modern day AJ Fernandez. Man, everything they put out is so damn good. It's hard to not want to try it if you see something new with their name on it.
Well, yeah, there's that one, and then, like I said, you know, we've discussed some of the other brands out there. You know, I'm a huge Tatuaje junkie now, and you know, buying all of their new stuff, and you know, and that's been great. You know,
the new PCA cigar just dropped.
Yeah, I got to get my hands on it. But then there's all the old classics that I still keep going back to. Is I still go back to, you know, to like, you know, the Perdomo Legacy's on there, but I still go back to a lot of the Perdomo 10th.
Yeah,
smoke quite a few of those. You know, I go back to Padron, just the plain Jane 2 and 3,000s. You know, I mean, just some of the stuff we've been smoking for years. Crown Head Juarez. I found that damn thing on sale again, and I stocked up on those fresh packs.
Well, the new box press, man. I know you don't like box press, but that was a great cigar too. The Warheads box press and the Perdomo Legacy, man. The new Maduro that's on the list this year, and I actually was pleasantly surprised with that cigar. I was,
you know, and that's kind of the thing about Perdomo, and I know Jeff is just going to completely go along with it, but it's one of those deals is he's just historically churned out great cigars, but because that's always the big brand that's in the store,
right?
You know, that's kind of like, I'm not going to root for the Yankees.
Yeah.
You know, just because it's the Yankees, you
fucking
know.
Cowboys.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's kind of what it is. But I mean, it's one of those deals is whenever I'm going to put somebody on cigars for the first time, I'm not telling them to go out and grab a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm telling them to go to Perdomo.
Well, yeah, you got to find what their palate's going to like before you can actually start the situation of, oh, you need to branch out to this and branch out to this and branch out to this.
You know, like that Perdomo 10th series, you know, you got the Connecticut, you got the Sun Grown, you got the Maduro, and let them smoke all those. They're going to smoke perfect every time. And, you know, they can figure out what they want to do. Hell, buy 2 of them. So that way you get 2 opportunities to figure out if you like them or not. Figure out which one you want, and let's go from there.
Very
so
nice.
Am I surprised that Perdomo made it knowing our group of people? Yes. But I think a lot of people in the club do still smoke Perdomo.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, I see a lot of Perdomo posted in our Discord. A lot of people still smoking it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we're going to get into it. I'm going to do something new real quick this year. I'm going to name a few cigars that this is my what the fuck moment, my WTF, because these cigars didn't crack the top 10, and I want to mention them. I'm going to start with, and if I forget any, Aoki, you can throw it in too, but this year's Los Calaveras, one of the best they put out over the decades, didn't make the top 10.
I don't get it.
The Johnny Tobacco Knot 10th anniversary didn't make the top 10.
The 15th out of Room 101, the 15th that's done by AJ. That was tough to not see in there this year because it was a great cigar.
Yeah, well, and that one I'm gonna touch on next too, because I got another list right here. But there were some cigars that I'm like, wow, and I see other ones making. I just don't know if it's just not a people, which a lot of these are on the higher end of the pricing right now. They're nowhere near a budget stick, and they're a little they're a little higher price than your normal what we're used to paying, but they are limited sticks that come out once a year.
Mhm.
Yeah, I get it, Jimmy. You're only supposed to vote for ones you've had because you don't know.
Mhm.
But my honorable mentions, and these were knocking on the door to the top 10, and we're like literally within, I would say, just 1 to 3 votes of making the top 10. The Room 101 15th that Okie stated. The Chef Special from this year. And the other one that was within 1 to 3 votes, these were the only 3 cigars that were that close to making the top 10, was the new Breakfast in Portugal Maduro.
Haven't had it yet.
So we had an Espinosa and 2 Room 101 cigars that were basically banging down the door to the top 10, and we're so fucking close. So I just wanted to do an honorable mention, and I wanted to give my what the fuck cigars that didn't even make the top 10 that I believe could have easily been. Los Calaveras should have been a top 5 cigar, in my opinion, this year.
Listen, if
especially
there's
when you see this countdown in a minute, you're going to realize.
Well, and one annual release every single year that you should go buy
Los Calaveras
is the Los Calaveras. Every single year they sell. Yep, they sell a sampler pack. It's got 4 different Vitolas. Smoke them, figure out which one you like. Go buy boxes of that Vitola.
Right. Yep.
You know, it's phenomenal. You know,
best thing they do is the sampler pack. If you don't want to splurge for a whole box, buy the sampler. You get one of every size.
Yep.
See which one you like. But it is the yearly release that you have to get. It's almost up there. I mean, that's one of the multi. But I mean, the Espinosa has some yearly releases you got to get every year. The Warhead. You got to get the birthday stick, the 55s, the 56, the 57. The Chef Special is another one you got to try. I mean,
and then the Warhead 11 didn't make it. Like, I don't even think it made it past the first round. Of voting. You know, and it was okay. Is it pretty similar to the same one last year? Yeah, but the Vitola changed. But that doesn't stop it from being a great cigar.
No, not at all. And I like the change up every year. I like the Vitola changes and the blend changes. I want something different.
Yeah, and you know, the other cool part is last year the 10th had that gigantic, you know, bomb-looking box with the 10 in there.
Yes.
This year it was literally a metal can with all 10 cigars shoved inside the metal can that looks like a World War II bomb.
Yeah.
So
and then they did the redo where they're doing all of them now with the tin can. I mean, you got to get them all. You got to get them all.
Yep. Except for that one little short diadema thing that they did. Hell with that thing.
Oh, I didn't like that one either. All right, let's see. I'm just going back through. Oh, that's another one. That's another fucking what the fuck cigar of the year. George, you nailed it, man. The Protocol Crime Scene Unit didn't even crack the top 10. It was voted on, but it didn't crack the top 10. AJ Goat was tasty as well. I think the Goat was last year, though, that it came out. The CSU was fire. The 57 was great, of course. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody's predictions. Not new, but the Standard Murcielago is awesome. Yep, always. Perdomo Legacy. No, but they're going to do them all. It's no way they're going to stop now, is what I'm saying, Jeff. They're going to continue that, and they got to give you all of them in a 10 now. 12 inches of snow for George. Have fun with that with your little cut-off gloves. All right, guys, here we go. Showtime. We're not going to drag this out now. We're not going to sit up here for 2 hours and bullshit with you. We're going to run through it. Then we're going to give you our favorite cigar of the year, as we always do, and maybe see if we would have shuffled up the top 5 anymore. Yeah, Jeff, it's a marketing genius plan now. You have to redo all cigars and give you the metal 10. What you got, Ogie?
Oh, I was going to say, and I promise to not be triggered.
Yeah, no, we're going to be triggered because the whole time I'm making these slideshows, I'm like, what the fuck? And me and Okie do not vote on this. Officers of the club, we never vote. So, yeah, this ain't our voting. That's why we always like to give you our list next. But here we go, guys. Number 10, starting out 2025. If you're new in here, these are voted on by our members, the people that actually smoke the cigars, not ad revenue. So this is voted on by the people that actually spend their hard-earned money, buys the cigars, and try them. Here we go. Number 10 to start the list. Crown Heads, 4 Kicks Mule Kick 2025. Guys, this was a great cigar. I like it. This is one of my yearly releases, but in no way or shape Should this have been in the top 10 over the Los Calaveras? Maybe it's a price differential. Maybe it's because this is a cheaper cigar to buy than the Los Calaveras.
Well, and I think the Four Kicks has gotten so much popularity and notoriety over the years. I mean, you remember the one where they did the Four Kicks? That was the Lancero here, 4 or 5 years ago? Yeah, that was an amazing cigar. And I mean, just every year it is a great cigar. I mean, he twists it up a little bit, different vitolas every year, you know, and I love Four Kicks, but, you know, I'm kind of with you. If I'm going to do something from Huber, it's going to be the Los Calaveras.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm a big Crown Heads junkie. They're one of my top brands that I constantly buy, and Four Kicks I look forward to. And I'm going to tell you, it's not a bad cigar, but in no world should it be in the top 10 where a Los Calaveras isn't. That's my only point. That's my only thing I want to argue about on this. That loss, I mean, it just, that baffles me, you know?
Hey, now we're getting all of the triggering out of the way. It's just going to be very, very calm for the rest of the way. People.
No. There are several more trigger factors coming up in this. All right, guys, drop me a comment. Who tried the Mule Kick this year? Drop me a comment. Let me know what you like about this cigar. If you tried it, if you haven't tried it, go fuck ourselves. Anything. Come on. But yes, that was number 10. All right, here we go. Number 9. I'm sure this will be a trigger too. I don't remember number 9 offhand, but here we go. And I could have mixed up these. You might get number 2 next. I didn't go back and look at this and see if I put them in the right order. So here we go. Number 9, Pastani San Andreas. Okay. This was a great cigar. I think it should have been top 5, but it did make the top 10. I know George is going to scream for this one. George likes this one. George was the first person that actually put this on my radar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you've had this one yet, huh, Odie? Okay.
I have not. I love their lineup, though, whether it be any of the SVCs from old or they did the broadleaf years ago. That one was always great. The SVCs, of course.
The War Bear.
The War Bear was always my favorite. So,
yeah.
You know, and George hit it right on the head. Is the reason that I don't drift toward a lot of the if I see it in a store, I'm probably going to pick one up. But, you know, it's spendy. You know, they're in that anywhere from $15 to $17 range for a smoke, you know, that I've seen, tax and everything. So,
unfortunately, that seems like it's going to be our new norm.
Yeah, we got to sit down at some point and talk about the budget cigar price shift.
I think the budget price now, when we do one, it ain't going to be $6 and $8 no more. I think we're going to be $12 now for a budget stick.
And it's like we were talking offline. Thank God I stocked up over the past 3 or 4 years.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. All right, great stick, Mike. Everybody that's tried it loved it. Peter has a 5-pack tomorrow. You're a little late. Keith, even Espinosa Keith is giving this San Andreas some love. I can't believe he took time out of Espinosa every day. But we got it, guys. So that's number 9. Listen, I got no problems with this being a top 10 cigar. I would move it up, in my opinion, if I was doing the list. But I got no problems with this. I've never had a bad cigar for these guys. I always like seeing what they're doing next. But, yep, I got no problem with this one. All right, guys, we're going to move into number 8 now. All right, guys. I'll let Ogie start with this one.
Okay, so I am a Plasencia fan. I love Plasencia's tobaccos. I think they do a great job blending cigars. Their Alma line is definitely their pricier line. This one was a good cigar. I will preface it with that. It is I won't say that it's one note, but the 2 or 3 notes that they kind of play over and over with that cigar. So there's not a lot of flavor twist or variation. It's probably my least favorite of the Alma line, but it is still a very good cigar. Again, it's in the same thing with the Pastania that we were talking about. It is pricey. If you're going to be spending, you know, $18 a cigar, you better have your socks knocked off. But man, I'd love to see this in at 10 or 12 bucks. And been able to do, you know, 1 or 2 here and there. But again, you know, not my favorite of this line. I understand why it's on the list. I understand why a lot of folks haven't smoked it.
I found it to be very one-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke output was great on it, but I don't know if maybe I passed up the change, but I felt and tasted no transition from beginning to end. It was like it was just the same thing for an hour and a half. It never wowed me. Retro didn't kick up and make it any better.
Again, that was my feeling as well. As it started out and it ended the same way. You know, it was consistent through the whole thing. And you know, if I'm going to get that smoke from Placencia, I'm going to go to one of their cheaper.
And George said that's their weakest link, especially for the money. And I get that. I mean, I've had some of their stuff before and I really enjoyed it, but I would never in my life buy the cigar again. Never. It just wouldn't happen.
Oh, by the way, real quick, Bourbon of 2025. You guys need a good one to go to? There you go. Old Granddad 7-year. Got a hold of this one. Came out earlier this year with the age statement on it. And I've had this bottle open. This is the second time. And
it's gone.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I've bought Old Granddad before and I've never not enjoyed it, but I've never seen the 7. I'm gonna put that on my list.
Go get the 7. It is amazingly smooth. All the Old Granddad flavors. It really tames down that nuttiness to it, that extra spice that it normally has, and really mellows it out and makes it a great pour.
Jimmy, I didn't notice anything bad with the burn with it. It is that weird shape. It's like that 6 side. It's like a diamond. It's weird, but I didn't have any burn issue, and the smoke output was amazing. I mean, it was flawless. It was effortless draw. It's so one-dimensional. I got bored with it.
I would go buy 3 of the Reserva Originals and smoke those before I would smoke the Alma de Cielo again.
Yeah. And this is one of those, again, like there were so many great cigars that should have nudged into this top 10. And then this was, in my opinion, so lackluster. I didn't get it. And if anybody in here, or if you're one of the ones that voted on this, please tell me your comments. What did you like that made you vote this so high?
And not to mention that is I want you to rank the rest of the Alma line. Like, let me know where this one falls for you, because I mean, what is it? The Fuego, the Campo. Let's see, what was the one? It was the black and blue band. Jeremy will be able to help me out on this one.
The black and blue band. I don't remember the name, but I like that one.
Let's see, Fuertes, Campo, Cielo, Fuego. Was it the Fuerte?
Yeah, it was with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a Fuerte.
It was the other F one. There was 2 F ones.
God bless. That was such a good, especially in that Sixto that they tried to do with this one. And that Sixto flavor and the other one was great. So yeah, if you've smoked the Alma line from Placencia, let me know what you have across the board on that one, because I love that lineup.
And this is like a $20 damn cigar.
Yeah, I smoke at least 1 or 2 of those every year, of each one of them, and this is going to be one of them that I skip.
Yeah, I'm so glad. I mean, I got it, but I had to buy a 3-pack. But yeah, I wasn't. Yeah. No, I don't know. All right, we'll move on. I guess nobody in the chat are the ones that voted on this, because I'm not getting any feedback. But yeah, this is one of the WTF moments of this countdown for me. And it made me go out and hunt it, and I wish I would have had my money back. So, all right, number 7, here we go, guys. The Knuckle Sandwich Puro breaks my heart that it's at 7. This is one of my top 5, if not top 3 cigars of the year. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make me a list now while I'm thinking about this, so I can tell you my top 5 when we're done. But I absolutely love this cigar. And, man, I thought it would break the top 5. I know a lot of people in the chats like this cigar.
Very, very good cigar.
This was such a good cigar. And I know chat's going to go crazy now. Smoking it now, number 3. George said this was number 3 for him. Mike says number 3. I mean, I don't see anybody that smoked this cigar that would easily put it out of the top 5. Like I said, this is a top 3 for me. I can move it up as high as 3. This cigar was so different from what they normally do, and it was so damn good.
I will preface it by saying it is in a top 3 for me, and once I give you my top 5 for the year, then I'll explain why.
Yes, sir. Definitely top 5. I'm with you, George. Yeah, and George is on his 4th box, and Jeff is saying top 5. Everybody loved the Puro. I've never had anybody smoke the Puro and say that cigar is trash. Like I said, guys, I think, and I'm going to say it multiple times tonight, but I think the voting shift you're seeing this year in our countdown is the influx of all the new members we had this year that aren't fully in depth in the boutique world as we are. But I think now next year, after they're around us a year and we corrupt them, and they make it 2 years and we've corrupted them more, I think you're going to see a shift back in this top 10 countdown. That's my opinion. Me and Oki's done a lot of these since 2018, and we've seen the roller coaster of what the top 10 are.
Oh, yeah.
So it happens. I mean, we had a great recruitment year. And already started this year off with great. We got like 5 guys that's going to patch within the next week. I mean, it's gonna be good. I agree, George. We got to get these boys in some education. Good things is HERF started back this week, guys. So far, we got 3 HERF hosts nightly, and these HERFs were packed this week. So make sure to jump in our Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday night HERF. All you new guys, all you old guys, meet some of these new guys. It's been fun seeing the prospects get in here and interact and get their HERFs done and meet the members and smoke with them. But they rock and rolled this week, and eventually we're going to have 5 full HERFs going. I got to get 2 more HERF hosts to fill in the other nights, guys. But HERFs are back, man, and they were a big hit this week. We've been getting asked for a while, so that helps the education, and that helps talking about the cigars you're smoking and people seeing it while you smoke it. And that's always was one of our biggest selling points. So we all love a HERF, but that's back to the roots. Jeff has went through 3 boxes of Puro. I think I'm on my 3rd, so I'm not as bad as y'all, but it's a great cigar.
I burned down the 3 or 4 that I picked up. I just went into that Espinosa shop, grabbed some of them. They're already gone.
It's box worthy, man. I don't see how you didn't commit and buy boxes after that.
We'll talk about that here in a little while.
All right, guys, that was your Puro. Now we're going on to number 6. There was a mineral with a Puro that I found interesting. Unsure how much I liked it, but definitely want to try it again.
Definitely in that Puro, you could definitely taste those particular Nicaraguan tobaccos that had a lot of that, that volcanic soil flavor that you get from a lot of different cigars as well.
But it just hit just right on this.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Good pickup on that, Jimmy. But yeah, that was one to me. That was one of the selling parts of this cigar. Just it was like I said, it's so different than anything out there right now. I love it. I can't say enough good things about the cigar, and you're going to see it definitely ranked a little bit different in my countdown after this. All right, guys, we're moving on to the next one, number 6. And thank y'all for the chats, man. You're rolling good. Good conversation tonight, keeping me and Oki going. All right, number 6. AJ Fernandez has made it back, guys, with the new world order. Can't say nothing bad about this cigar. I was blown away by this cigar. Oki smoking it tonight live. This is AJ Fernandez.
This is my 5th time smoking this cigar.
Yeah.
Like for the New World lineup, we had the what was the gold band here a couple of years ago.
That was last year. Was it the Dorado?
The Dorado.
Yeah, the Dorado.
The Dorado is still my favorite of the New World line. This is number 2. This cigar, you are smoking a lot of shit out there that AJ has his hands in that you don't know about.
Yes.
And I still say that his core line stuff is some of the best stuff on the market. And, I'm Nikki Noodles would be very, very proud of me right now for being, the AJ thumper right now. But this was a cigar that once I had the first one, I had to get more of them. Just a great cigar. Again, if you're out there exploring the world, you cannot go wrong with the AJ New World lineup. It doesn't matter which one.
Nope. And the price point isn't that bad either. Jeff had one of these last night. He loves it. George has Great Smoke number 8 for me. George, do you have a physical list wrote down, brother? You can DM me on Discord. I would love to compare your rankings with my rankings because we're pretty close. I would love to see your top 10 for the year. Mike
George
says not mad at the ranking for that spot. Great stick, David says. Puros, New World. Let's see, number 2. Yeah, Jeremy knows his stuff too. I'd love to see Jeremy's top 10 list for a year.
Oh, he and I talk about it. We still do gaming and stuff like that together. So whenever we're smoking cigars and all the rest of that stuff, I mean, we have our debates. He's going to be Puro Special until the day that you pry his last AJ from his fingers. And I get it, but, for me, it's 3. So, and George and I have always been pretty lockstep as far as what our palettes and profiles are. If he's got something that he recommends, I'm going to try it. Because it's just I trust George's palate probably more than a lot of other folks out there.
Yeah. There are a few people in the club I'll go to or I'll believe them. I mean, George is 1, you're 1, Jeff 2. I mean, there's a few people that if you tell me it's good, I'm gonna try it. If you tell me it's shit, I'm not wasting my money because I can kind of gravitate off what you like. The CI stiff made by him, and I enjoyed it. Yeah, I mean, AJ, I mean, like I said, his hands are in so much stuff. He does Room 101's anniversary cigars. I mean, he does stuff like the for CI and stuff. He does the Man of Wars and the Diesels and so many. I mean, he's in so many.
Artists. I mean, yeah, great cigars. I mean, and again, if it's not his cigar, it's his tobacco.
Oh, 100%. And that's another thing people don't realize. His name may not be nowhere on that sheet, but they got the tobacco from him.
Yeah. And I mean, and I'll get on the AJ rant here in a little while, but there's some definite great things about what he's doing.
All right, guys, before I hit top 5, I'm going to go back real quick. Just show the new people because we got quite a few new people in here. Again, and we're just going to go back through 10 through 6 and give you number 5 and a speed run. Here's your number 10, Crown Heads Mule Kick. Then we had the Pistani San Andreas coming in at 9, Plasencia Alma del Cielo. Cielo. I'm poor redneck trash. I can't talk those languages. Knuckle Sandwich Puro was at 7. AJ New World, we were just on. At number 6, yes, Peter, this was a great cigar. Not going to knock it. I'm very happy this is top 10. And normally, AJ is normally one of the only non-boutiques that always craps up in our top 5 every year, or top 10. So he's always in there with one of his cigars. I love seeing it. All right, now here we go, guys. These are your top 5, and there, trust me, there's going to be 1 or 2 what the fucks in this top 5. I don't know what's up. But there are a few what the fucks this year, so we're about to get to some more.
And the thing about it is we ain't knocking anybody that voted for him because, hey, you smoke what you smoke, you like what you like. Palates are all subjective. I will say it until the day I quit smoking.
And all you guys that voted on these cigars, you made me go out and try them because I try to smoke everything on this list to discuss it. So I do appreciate when there is new stuff I haven't had yet, so I run out there, get it, so we can discuss it. And I'm not saying the ones y'all picked are bad cigars. I just think there was better, more deserving that should have been in the top 10. I'm not saying they were bad. They just, in my opinion, we could have had a few heavy hitters in there that I would think if more people got the chance to actually smoke them, it would have reflected in the voting. And, of course, I know you're only voting for what you smoke that makes the list, too. And I get that. Not everybody branches out a lot of cigars during the year. You got 3 or 4 you smoke, and that's what you do, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
And it could depend on what your local has got. So support your local brick and mortar. Forever will say that as well. Support your local brick and mortar.
Yep. Yeah, Bruce, you were the only one on the Twitch side, man. All right, number 5. Here we go, guys. Perdomo Legacy Maduro. I know a few of you guys are going to be happy this made the top 5. This was a fucking solid stick. I cannot say nothing about Nick and what he does. They always throw out good stuff.
Yeah. Again, if I'm going to introduce somebody to cigars that has never smoked cigars before, I'm leading them to Perdomo. But Perdomo is not cool.
I thought you were leading them to Rocky Patel.
Why you got to start stuff that's going to piss me the hell off? Don't get me wrong. There's good Rocky out there and all the rest of that stuff. He's all over the place. And respect to the guy. I appreciate everything that he does for the cigar industry. I don't necessarily
he does
like
a
all
lot.
his smokes, but it's one of those deals. There's some of this stuff that's out there. It's yep. So definitely I love Perdomo's cigars. I think they are excellent. They're never a burn issue. Great flavors. I think Nick is the king of the sun grown. I want everything sun grown that Nick makes. 10th, 20th, 30th, lot 23. I don't care. I think his sun grown blending is out of this world. I'm glad to see Perdomo get on here. I mean, this is a big dog.
Yeah.
That normally
it's the only time he's ever made our list.
Correct. Normally this doesn't even sniff the list. So I'm 100% behind the fact that some folks are showing Perdomo some love. They're great cigars, and again, if you've got buddies out there that are wanting to get into cigars and stuff like that, or you want some good company cigars, go out there and buy yourself some Perdomo and leave them in the humidor. And that way, whenever your buddy comes over, you guys are watching the game or barbecuing or some shit, and you got something fired up, hand him a damn Perdomo. You say, hey, I really like this one. This is a great cigar. Here you go. I have no problem recommending Perdomo to anybody.
No, never. Jeremy, I want to elaborate on what you said. So good stick, but not top 5. In my top 5, no. But in the top 10 we have in this list, I think it ranked out well with what made the top 10. And I would smoke it again once I run out of the 5-pack I get. So that's where this one is different than previous ones in this countdown where I told you I'll never go out and buy it again. I could see me keeping this one around. I really enjoyed this cigar.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and there's something to say about Nick. Nick is the face of the company. He's also the guy over quality. And there was a few years ago where he said that out of all of the cigars that they sold, where they were able to go back and track through the complaints and everything else that was brought up to them, out of all the cigars that he sold, I want to say it was single digits that he found that it was his cigar's fault.
That's awesome. I mean, not everybody can say that or stand behind that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that was your number 5, guys. Like I said, I'm okay with this being top 10. I mean, I had no problem with this. I enjoyed it. There's only one in here, I think, so far I would not buy again. But yeah, that was number 5.
My thing last year is I was surprised that the 30th series didn't make it because those were great cigars too.
And I didn't know if that one got voted on last year.
Yeah, I know, and I mean, and I know everybody smoked the damn things.
I mean, and we take 12 months compiling this list of people saying what should be voted on. I don't get it sometimes. I honestly don't. I think everybody just wants us to make the list, give them all the names, and then they just vote on what we got there for them.
Yep, go buy the shit, smoke it, and either agree or disagree.
Yep, you missed a lot, Jerry. We're on number 5 now. Peter, you need to get this Perdomo. Not gonna lie, I'm not building hype. Get you go somewhere and get you 1 or 2 where they selling singles, but you would like this cigar. And Jeff says he likes the 30th more than the Legacy, but the Legacy was the new. I mean, we're voting on what released this year, so 30 couldn't be here, but here we go.
I tell you what, that 30th Sun Grown, again, I'll tell you, he's the king of Sun Grown. So that 30th Sun Grown should have been in the top 10 list last year.
Yeah, Lindo, that's a good cigar too.
Yeah, funny you should mention those guys. All right, we'll go back to them.
Go ahead, get on them while you're on them. Go ahead.
Foundation Cigars, man. There was the new hype when Nick Melillo did his own thing, and he got out of his no compete and he went out and he started doing all the cigars, and he had the Charter Oak was out there, and and then he did the El Buense and the Wise Man Maduro and the damn Tabernacle and all the rest of that stuff. And he was able to run all of that. Then he came out with the Olmec, and he came out with the starts with the letter A.
Yeah, you're correct, George. Olmec was last year. Yeah, this is a true what came out this year, but great cigar. Not taking nothing away from it.
And Nick Melillo's cigars have never. Let's go back and look. I'm making a bold statement, but I don't recall them ever making a large impact if they ever made our list. They make like our budget cigars list. They always have.
Yeah,
but I don't think the Olmec was phenomenal. It was an amazing cigar. I'm thinking the one with the A, and I can't remember how to pronounce the damn thing.
Was it the Axum?
The Oxum. Yeah,
Oxum.
Yeah, thanks, Jimmy. That was a great cigar. Amazing. I have not smoked his reblends whenever he transitioned factories yet. So I really need to go and find out how that factory change that he went to has done to some of his core line cigars. But again, it's Nick.
And they don't get much love on these countdowns either, man. You got the Wise Man, the Tabernacle, the David and the Goliath. I mean, so many damn good cigars.
Yep.
And then he's getting pricey with some of that stuff too.
Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Yeah,
But
some of that stuff's like $300-$400 for a box of like 10. I mean, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was 5, guys. We're going to move on. That was Perdomo Legacy Maduro. And then when we get to 2, I'll go back up and we'll do a quick run again for the people popping in because we still got people popping in and they may have missed the top 10. And I will be one a day on our Instagram, tagging the companies in here and posting these photos and getting it out there. Feel free to share them and tag them when you see it. Give them some love because we wouldn't be here without these guys. They're giving us this love of the tobacco and sharing this. So here we go. Number 4, Knuckle Sandwich 57. I'm okay with this, man. Another great cigar.
I didn't chase it.
Well, you got to chase it quick because when they sell out, they sell out. You know how that is with the birthday stick every year.
And I'm waiting for George and Keith to come and take out my kneecaps. But it's one of those deals is I've done the guy annual releases for his birthday.
Yep.
And are they good cigars? Yes, they are very good cigars. I think there's other stuff in their lineup that hits me better.
I think it's just the fact that you got a 1-month period to get this cigar, you miss out on it. And it's a yearly release. You get it because you're a fanboy and you go, but they are always good smokes.
Yep. And, and mine is okay. I'm 100% behind people. I can't knock the fact that people love this cigar.
No.
There's other stuff in their lineup that whenever I go into an Espinosa shop and I see them laying there, that it's just like, I'm going to buy 5 cigars. It turns into 8, and this one still doesn't get in the pile.
And which one offhand would that be? What's your love from Espinosa that you're going to buy no matter, every time you see it, you're going to grab a handful?
Knuckle Sandwich Habano, the original.
Oh, the Habano. Okay. George said this is number 5 for him. Jeff really loved it. Lindo's going to try it if he can find it. Mike says this is his number 1 for the year. I get that. I mean, it's a good cigar.
Yep. Yeah. I can't knock it. Again, it's one of those deals is whenever I smoke the 55, the 56, where I ranked it and where their normal annual releases are. This one is always one that's kind of not at my top. It's, top 3 by default.
Yeah, you're going to get the chef special over this one any day.
Yeah.
Brutus said his favorite is Murcielago from Espinosa, and Jeff says the Crema every day. I do love the Crema.
Again, great lineup, but we can go off on an Espinosa rant, after we're done.
Yeah, we normally do. All right, here we go, guys. This is not one of the what the fuck moments. This was a great cigar, deserves to be in the top 5. Now you're going to see some what the fucks coming up. At least one more what the fuck, okay? I can tell you. All right, number 3, the Viva La Vida Connecticut. This is what I'm smoking right now, guys. Top 5 cigar all day for me, and this cigar may alternate 1 and 2. My 1 and 2 can flip on any day, depending on my palate. But I fucking love this cigar. We were after Billy and Gus for years, man. Give us a Connecticut. Give us a Connecticut. And not only did they give us a Connecticut, it exceeded all my expectation. It was like the fucking original Viva that we all fell in love with, but a Connecticut. They did everything right. The spice, the flavor, the draw, the retro hell. This was a fucking masterpiece. And guess who helped? AJ Fernandez.
Yes. And and that's one of the ones that we have had every year is consistently Viva La Vida whenever they put out a cigar, it has landed in the top 10 because it has been amazing. I smoked one of these.
And they've won number 1 a couple times in our countdowns with stuff. So don't sleep on Viva, guys.
Well, and it's one of those deals is, you know, and we've talked about it before, is I don't smoke Connecticut because they're weak cigars.
No.
I dare you.
No.
I dare you.
Yeah.
Go pick it up.
Espinosa, Connecticut's, these Connecticut's, the fucking Big Sky, Connecticut, the Yellowstone. I mean,
Yeah.
Connecticut's today, guys, and I will tell you, for years, even when I started this club, I did not smoke Connecticut's because I found them to be bland, not much power to them. But they're not making Connecticut's like that no more. Yeah, you could still find core Connecticut's in some older lines that are going to be that Connecticut for your older guys. But these new Connecticut's now, don't be scared. Don't think it's going to suck. These hit different. This is not your grandpa's Connecticut's.
Black Star Line War Witch.
War Witch, yes.
Black Label Trading Porcelain.
Yep.
You know, I mean, there is a ton of these Connecticut's out there that are spicy. And if you are depriving yourself of the experience of those, yes, somewhat mellow tobaccos, but these guys are blending with some hitters underneath it. And it just turns out amazing.
Yes.
And again, you know, just because it's got a light wrapper does not mean it will not absolutely just kick the shit out of your palate. They are great. I dare you to go out and buy the War Witch and tell me it's not a great cigar. I dare you to buy the Yellowstone and tell me it's not a great cigar. This one, you know,
even the new War Witch, the Dark Witch was good. I mean, it's just Killer Bee Connie 601
yeah,
Black.
Jeremy hit that one. You know, he hit that one there, the 601 Black, and I still have fivers of the 601 Whites out there that I will tell you that are better than the 601 Blacks all day long. You know, just great Connecticut. AJ's Connecticut that he did. I mean, you love AJ Spice, go smoke his Connecticut shit because it's going to kick the hell out of your palate. It's a great spin. It's not boring.
Yeah, lesson here. Don't sleep on the new Connecticut's you see coming out. All right, number two, guys. This is the last what the fuck in this countdown, I promise you. I'll just get to it. Number 2 is the CAO Amazon based in 2025. I think this is just a cult following cigar. I had it, bought it. I mean, it's a good cigar. I like CAO. I am a CAO fan. I will still buy CAOs. They do a lot of stuff good. I think it's just the scarcity of this cigar, not being able to get it much. I don't think this should have been in our top 10 ahead of some of the other ones that should have been voted in. But clearly enough of you liked it. But I don't see this being a top 2 cigar. That's my opinion. And the blend's the same every year, if I'm not mistaken. This is the same exact cigar every year. It just comes out in a new year. I don't think they change anything up on this cigar. So,
and I mean, granted, it's a crop. Some of the stuff is going to be a little bit different every year. There's going to be some nuances and all the rest of that stuff because it was warmer on certain days and cooler on certain days. You know, I grow vegetables and all that other stuff. And I can tell you throughout the year off the same plant that a tomato that comes off of one of my vines in May tastes different than the ones that come off, you know, right before it gets to be 157 degrees in August.
Correct.
Same kind of deal with tobaccos and all the rest of that stuff.
But as far as the blend, they don't change the blend. But that's with anything. You grow it, it can be different anytime you smoke it.
All right. So one of those deals, let's go ahead and just go off on the tangent. Whenever I first got into cigars good, that was one of the original Amazon basins. It did not have one of the fancy other names that it had, you know, one of the other releases or whatever. And I smoked it and I enjoyed it that first year. And I chased it the 2 years after that and bashed my head against a fucking wall trying to get a hold of it because there were people that were stocking boxes of it and all the rest of that stuff. Again, it's a damn cult following.
Yeah.
I will not go and chase this one. And if I see it laying in a store, fuck that thing. I'm probably not going to pick it up because I've got 10 or 12 others that are going to be in front of it. I'm not knocking anybody that enjoys this cigar. Is it a different cigar from everything else you can get out there?
Yes.
Yes, 100%. It is a completely different flavor profile than 95% of the stuff that's out there on the market. I'm just not going to go and chase this damn thing. The hell with that.
So I won't get it again. I had it a few years
other
ago.
chases that I have out there. And again, your palate is your palate. This is just me as a consumer going out and chasing it. I'm not saying it's going to be a bad cigar. I don't want all the bullshit involved with it. It's kind of one of those deals. I don't want the drama. Like, whatever. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, CAO's portfolio, though, like, listen, like I said, I'm a CAO guy. I would rather go out there and get any of the Flathead series. I would rather go out there and get the old Soprano cigar that was rebranded as the Consigliere. I would rather smoke the CAO American or the CAO Brazil. I mean, there are tons of CAOs I would buy before I buy this cigar again.
The Arcana that they did several years ago was a great one. They did a triple Maduro years ago. I'm trying to remember what that one was. That was very, very good. Like you said, their country lineups were really good. Hell, I love the Italia that had that one leaf of sun dry.
Yes.
Or the
I forgot about that one. That's the one done with the Brazil and the American.
Yep. So they had the it's not sun dried. What the hell is it? It's a specific type of aging on the tobacco that they put in there that everybody else tries to mess with and fuck it up. But they did a good job with it. Again, I mean, they do great cigars. You're not going to go wrong with them. Not necessarily for my palate, but again, the Amazon Basin is kind of that peak of the one that I'm just not going to go chase.
Yep. No, like I said, CAO, the big portfolio, a lot of great cigars, and I would be more than happy smoking anything out of the line and not paying this price point. But like I said, a great cigar should have been in our top 10. I think the Los Calaveras would have been more suiting at number 2 than this.
Man, you're going to piss me the hell off.
I'm here to piss you off. But, I mean, I don't understand it. Like I said, but there's a lot of new blood in the club right now, and people smoke what they smoke. And
I'm very tempted. Hey, I'll say it now is I've got to make some decisions and all the rest of that stuff. I'm very tempted to start hosting a herf again.
Yep.
Because I want to meet some of these new folks.
You should take the Wednesday night herf and school these boys. We have Monday and Wednesdays open right now.
Fuck you.
Whiskey Wednesdays with Okie.
All right,
kiss yours, brother. DM me this week and we'll get you set up.
Move along.
Because you are, you could definitely steer some of these young bloods. So, all right, guys, here we go. Let's get number 1 out of the way. All right, guys, everybody, you've seen what's came in this countdown so far. Drop me a comment real quick. Tell me what you think this number 1 cigar is in this countdown this year. And then me and Okie will give you our top 5 of what was in this. Well, not even what's in this. I'm giving you my top 5 because some of them ain't even in this fucking countdown. Doughboy, they came out in 2014.
Yep. Yeah, the OG Amazon Basins, like I said, there was a couple of years. I think they put the one out. They had a couple of years. Then there was that the Brazilian tobacco market crashed, that there wasn't a whole lot of stuff out there for the Brazilian tobaccos like the Arapiraca and things like that. They didn't have the crop yield that they wanted. It was kind of like the broadleaf, which is why we have the insurgence of the San Andreas, was because the broadleaf had such a rough couple of years that I think the Amazon Basin backed off and then fired back up once the Brazilian tobaccos became a little bit more readily available. So
Pete said a knuckle sandwich, something's going to be number 1. Espinosa took the top cigar last 3 years. They're going to get knocked off. Well, I will tell you guys, as I'm hyping this up, everybody's wondering about Espinosa right now. I will tell you guys, we've been doing this countdown since 2018, and there has never been such a one-sided winner. I mean, this cigar probably had at least double the votes, if not close to triple, from number 1 to number 2.
Which blows. Dude, I'm going to go off here in a minute. I'm going to go nuclear. So let's review the damn 10 through 2 and let's get to 1.
Yeah, there has never been a cigar that got this many votes for number 1 and number 2 being so far. So real quick, guys, speed run real quick. 10 was the Crown Heads Mule Kick for you people just coming in. Pastani San Andreas, Placencia. This is the only one I'd never buy again in this countdown. Knuckle Sandwich Puro was at 7. AJ at 6. Perdomo Legacy Maduro is 5. Warhead, that's another great one to mention, Brutus. Knuckle Sandwich 57 was 4. Viva Connecticut is 3. CEO Basin, we just talked about. And here we go. Number one, guys.
Hang on. Lindo's got the right idea. Everybody has got to take a drink right now. Just get prepared.
Everybody take a shot right now. Everybody barrel burners up. Water shot for us old people on medication.
All right, let's go.
Here we go. Number one, by a landslide, the biggest number one voter ever. My Father Blue. You guys in the chat guessed it right. Doughboy, you guessed it. Chris, you guessed it. Lindo. And I can tell you, I'm not mad at it. I've almost through my first box of these cigars. I will buy it again. I love My Father cigars to start with, but this cigar was it was something about it. And I noticed the traction even before we were doing the countdown. People were posting this cigar in Discord all the time. People were talking about it online. This was just, yeah, George, I'm with you. No Warhead made the top 10.
Oh,
no Warhead.
George, just keep pouring diesel fuel on this pyre that I'm about to light.
Oki's gonna go on a tirade in a minute. I'm gonna make us bigger on the screen. We're gonna talk about it. He's gonna give you his top 5. I'm gonna give you my top 5. George, make sure to send me your top 10 this week when you get time. If you slow down any, Jeremy, I'd love to see your top 10 list too. If anybody else wants to send me their top 10 list, DM me on Discord. I'd love to see how you guys would individually rank it. If you don't want to do your top 10, just send me your top 5. Let me see what your top 5. Yeah, Jerry, you've smoked tons of them on the golf course with me too. Yeah, I agree, George. I'm late. Amazon worked for me. Bought 2 boxes. Okay. Yeah, man, it's to each his own. It's not a bad cigar. I just think for what was being voted on here, I think it could have been higher up. War zones are overrated, Doughboy said. Not necessarily, Doughboy. There are some great-ass warheads that have come out in that line. And there are some lackluster ones, but all in all, they're a good cigar.
All right, so fuck it. All right.
So let's get big. Let Oki give you his rant right now.
My Father. They have continually put out amazing cigars, but they do not meet our parameter every year that it's a brand new release. This is a brand new release into his portfolio. Is anything from the My Father factory deserving of this? Yes, just like AJ is. The My Father factory, what they are churning out has been amazing. If you go back and you find any of their core line, La Promesa, Gran Oferta, La Bijou, I'm missing a bunch of them. So forgive me because you know what, I might be a little
Judge.
bit.
I like the Judge.
I was not a big Judge fan, but it's one of those deals. Is everything for everybody. Their core.
Well, you don't like box press either, so that don't help.
Their core line stuff, but it's one of those deals. Is all right. I have the shirt on underneath it. The Tatuaje Saints and Sinners shirt is on underneath the bibs. The Tatuaje stuff comes out of the My Father factory.
Yep.
Why in the absolute blue hell are people not smoking more Tatuaje cigars and putting those on the top 10 list? Like, that factory is one of my top 5 factories that shit comes. Probably AJ is my number 1. Not gonna lie. Just because he's an absolute witch and he picks the best tobaccos to hand out to everybody else. The My Father is definitely a top 3. They are absolutely amazing there between the My Father line and the Tatuaje line. Go buy some damn Tatuaje. They put out a new Tuxla this year. That was a different Vitola. God bless, was it a great cigar. I have 4 more of those that I went and just grabbed a fistful because the guy at the shop saw me in my Saints and Sinners hat. And he says, have you tried the new Tuxla? Nope. He said, we just got a box in. Sure. I go grab a handful of the damn things. Because, God, come on.
Black Label should be in this countdown more. Black Label should get love.
Yeah. Yeah. So the My Father factory is not just the My Father cigars. Go find the new Tatuaje stuff. Smoke it. Pete smoked with us here a few years ago. Just his twist on the cigars, putting it on his ear. There have been guys out there, him, Robert Caldwell, Booth, some of these other guys that have been kind of off the cuff. Not necessarily your traditional cigar guys, but these guys are out there just absolutely kicking ass. James Brown from Black Label, some of these other craft boutique guys, Nicky Melillo, Steve Saka, the rest of these guys that are just like, listen, these are the cigars that everybody else has smoked all this time. Fuck off. You know what? We're going to go and we're going to blend these cigars that are not for your typical, I'm going to go to the lounge and smoke the same damn cigar every single day, guys. And the My Father Factory is one of them. Love their tobaccos. Go get it. Placencia Factory is another one. Aganorsa is another one. These guys are out there. They're great. So I have not smoked the blue yet. I'm just going to say it. This is the part that just kind of trips me up, is it's completely different than their countries of all the other shit that they're blending. So the fact that they went out with something that was a country of origin different, yeah.
And I think that's what blew everybody away. It was so different from their portfolio. It's not like any other My Father you're going to have. It's just not what you're used to smoking from them.
And again, like I said, the My Father lineup, they do not put out brand new cigars every single year. I want to say it's been a couple of years. I want to say the La Bijou was the last really memorable one that they put out. What has that been? 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago. That one's been out a while now.
Yeah, so they continually put out their great core line, but the fact that they put out a brand new cigar, I was jacked about it. I just haven't had a chance to buy the damn thing. And now
they're one of the few that don't do a yearly release of something. They don't have a special yearly release. I mean, they just do what they do, and that's it.
And it's one of those deals is like Unicorn, she's got a very similar palate to mine. She's another one of those that I absolutely respect. Real smoker that, if she tells me that there's a cigar out there that is worth going out and buying, like George, like Jeremy, like Keith, a lot of these guys that tell me that these are some of the great cigars, guys' palates, gals' palates that I trust, I'm going to go out and grab those. And the fact, she's saying Tatuaje is in their top 3. Don't just listen to me because I'm the guy on the video that's fucking ranting right now. Go out, buy some Tatuaje cigars.
Let me touch on Jimmy's comment real quick. Jimmy, this was the first year, buddy, that we even had a clown cigar climb up in the countdown. Didn't crack the top 10. I think it hit around 15 or 16. Was it the Dancing Bear? I mean, it did get some love this year, but oh shit, it was 2016, Jeremy. God.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So another one on that is Cigar Clowns. Again, Ray and Nick, 2 of the guys that helped found it, Barrel Burners. I love those guys. I've herfed with them a bunch. Again, they went and found AJ. I mean, come on, if you're going to do your own cigar, go find AJ. Great tobaccos and all the rest of that stuff. Again, because they make such limited runs, it is so very hard to get onto their cigars. I have not had a clown cigar that I do not love. I have loved every Cigar Clowns that they have put out. So it's one of those deals. This is Ray. If you're out there and you watch this thing on replay, y'all are still doing it and killing it. Please let me know if you're going to keep doing it. I remember herfing with Ray. They're in New York. I mean, he's on my herf on Tuesday nights way back when, and he's sitting on the fucking backhoe, working for the Public Works Department in New York and having cigars with us and all the rest of that stuff. Again, another guy that I loved his palate. Nick, one of the other guys that helped found the damn thing, is a chef. Come on, guys. Like, if you got guys that are legit chefs that are working in some of the big dog restaurants and things like that own their own places that are successful, and these guys decide to blend cigars, shut up for a minute and just buy the damn thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at. So, I mean, again, Jimmy, the clown stuff, I wish they got more love. They're just in such limited runs that it's so hard to get your hands on some, because I missed 2 or 3 of them. And if it hadn't been for, some friends that I was able to source some of them, I would not have had all of their stuff so far. But again, great smokes.
Well, and honestly, I mean, the whole Cigar Clowns and a few of those companies like that, if you're not in the know or you're not in the circle, you don't know what it is, and you're not going to spend your money on it over the names and the brands you already know.
Well, and I think there was a little bit of time there, and editorial, and it's one of those deals. Is I'm having my CNN moment, my CNNBC moment. Is they tethered themselves for a little bit just to get their name out there with a cigar club.
Yeah.
That had some Jones there for a little while, but let's not go out on that rant. I'm going to keep this kind of nice. We're going to be friends with everybody in the cigar industry. But like I said, their stuff was really linked heavily with a particular cigar club, and I don't know if that helped or hurt. I think it helped them get their name out there, but I think binding with them kind of hurt their overall influx into the market. I think they were controlled a little too much. They were basically kind of iron gripped, and I hope that those guys, if they decide to keep doing what they're doing, can branch off from that and use their successes to kind of pioneer their own way. Great guys.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Okie, give us your top 5.
How in the blue fuck did the Warhead 11 not make this list? And that's my number 2 from Espinosa this year. The Warhead every single year continually is at a very close blend to what they did before, just a different Vitola. Yep. But Hector's a witch too. And they blend great cigars. And if I'm not mistaken, they get a lot of that tobacco from AJ Fernandez. So how is the Warhead 11 not on this list? On top of that, Keith, George, the Chef Special 2025, which I argue is the second best Chef Special that they've had since the original release. How did that not make the top 10? Top 5
I think our Espinosa boys fell asleep the whole month we were voting.
That cigar was a tie back to that original Chef Special, that the quality and the flavors were amazing. So for me, the Espinosa stuff, I appreciate the Puro. Don't get me wrong. I think it's the number 3 cigar of theirs that I smoked out of this one. Chef Special 2025 being one. They came back with that one in an absolute vengeance. To be able to throw that one out there and do that. Going back to another one that has won for us in the past, and it's AJ, but it's also one of the guys that I mentioned, Matt Booth, doing Room 101. The 15th is an AJ tobacco. That it was another phenomenal cigar. Was it the best of his anniversary series? No. But was it better than some of the other cigars that I've smoked all year long? Damn right it is. Okay,
and it
so
barely missed the top 10.
Yeah,
barely
before you guys come after my nuts, it's one of those deals. Is Matt a friend? Absolutely. It's been a couple of months since I've texted back and forth and bullshitted with him. But it's one of those deals is you know what? The guy is doing his thing, and that anniversary series is absolutely beautiful. Another kind of group from him is he's doing a lot of the Los Stados stuff. How in the blue hell did the Los Stados stuff not make the list again, even last year and rolling into this year? $6, $7, $8 cigars that are just absolutely phenomenal cigars for what you got that didn't make it. My absolute pissed off moment is have you guys never heard of Crowned Heads Las Calaveras? What the hell, guys? I mean, I love you all, but it's one of those deals.
That's my biggest what the fuck moment of this whole
Do
countdown.
Yourself a favor. Yeah, go get it. Jim Brown at Black Label every single year puts out phenomenal cigars. Go get Black Label Trading. Go get their stuff. These are cigars out there that you should be finding that are just absolutely amazing. Hang on. So, Sinistro, okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm not a huge Sinistro fan. I've appreciated some of their stuff, but they don't overwhelm me. They're good cigars. But again, it's one of those is they didn't absolutely hit. What's some of the other stuff this year? Some of these
Chris
other
says no Saka either. Yeah, Saka never makes our countdowns. Never.
Yeah, that's amazing to me. Some of these other guys. Arik, Black Star Lines. Listen.
That MLK this year and that the Meadowwood. Man, he should have been on here this year with those. Juan from Protocol should have been on here in this top 10 with that new crime scene unit.
I mean, so I will admit I have not smoked nearly as much as I have in years past. And I will tell you that right off the bat. I have gone from smoking 2 cigars a night that I'm lucky if I get 1 cigar a week with the changes in life and all the rest of that stuff. So whenever I go grab stuff, depending on what's going on in life, I either go grab one of my tried and trues or I go and grab one of these brand new ones that's out there. El Mago, another great brand out there. El Mago was originally a Cuban brand, but this guy got a hold of it and he's cranking this out. that, absolutely amazing cigars. They're a little bit on the pricier side, but El Mago makes very, very good cigars. Oz Jenner family, dear God. The Fiersat that he just put out this year, great. What was the other one that he just put out this year? It came out at PCA last year, big distribution this year. I'll remember it later. But Oz Jenner family has been absolutely amazing. Timmy Oz Jenner was with CAO for years. He's the guy that blended a lot of the cigars that we were talking about earlier when we were debating the Amazon basin. He's another one of these guys that you got to go out and grab a hold of. Wart Cigars, Kyle Gellis. Another guy that I don't think gets the love that he really truly deserves. I'm going to be honest with you. Whenever you got Kyle Gellis and Jeremy Reeves with the Cornell and Deal lineup, that they decide that they're going to do pipe tobacco, that is some of my favorite pipe tobacco out in the world. Is warped pipe tobacco. That whenever those two guys get together, it's just absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like
Jeff,
I said,
Jeff, DM me about that. I got a little information on that.
Yeah, Caratoba I did not do.
Caratoba was good. That one come out this year. I even wrote that in the write down.
Was that the Oz Jenner?
Yes, that was the that was the new one.
So my son and I both get. I do the double pack from Smoke Inn, and the Caratoba came out in one of those, and I smoked mine, and then I didn't let him go back and get his. I grabbed his and smoked his, and I let him smoke some of the other stuff that he's had out there. The Caratoba stuff was absolutely phenomenal. But again, it's one of those deals is you got these little niche brands, and this is another reason that I've really pondered, jumping back in and hosting herfs and all the rest of that stuff is it's more of, listen, I don't knock what anybody likes. You like what you like.
Yep.
I don't eat certain foods because I don't care for them, but you love them. I don't drink certain boozes because I don't particularly care for them, but you love them. I'm not going to knock that. It's one of those deals is I'm going to respect whenever you tell me something to get. I'm going to tell you some of the stuff that you ought to get. Let's jump off. Let's find out if we can do some of this. So again, going back to it, go buy the My Father stuff. Go buy the Tatuaje. Go buy the stuff from Billy and Gus. Get the Artisano stuff. Get the stuff that's underneath that SGG banner that Booth is doing, whether it be all of his Room 101 core stuff or we're going to go to the Los Stados. Go get it because it's great stuff. Black Label, go get it. Jeremy, help me out with the other brand that he does. That's the Halloween releases every year. Another one that I can't get past, and I haven't bought any of them this year, and I'm very ashamed of myself, was Viaje stuff. Viaje never, ever makes our countdown.
I passed a lot of them this year, too.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's one of those deals is, okay, I pretty much, we're kind of going and all the rest of that stuff. Doughboy, I've already...
Well, Doughboy's tired of you ranting. He wants your top 5 or top 10 list.
The AJ Fernandez Decenio was probably one of the best cigars I've smoked all year long. I have one more in my humidor. I'm going to burn it down, and then I'm going to go buy more. I'm going to buy that one. I'm going to buy the Dorado from last year. Absolutely phenomenal cigars. I am going to buy more Chef Special 2025s. Probably the number 2 cigar that I smoked all year long. So I love it. Again, I think it was back to the one that had the little gold foot ribbon thing that they put on it. Emilio, thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah.
The Grimalkin and all the rest of that stuff from James Brown, loved it. But after that, again, love Billy and Gus. They do what they do. AJ helped them blend an absolutely magnificent Connecticut cigar. I will put the Viva Connie in there. We begged them. The only thing that we have left is we needed a Lancero from those guys. So it's one of those deals is, listen, Billy and Gus, if you need somebody to smoke a lot of them and help you decide which one is the correct blend in a Lancero, please let me know. I am more than happy to do that. Again, the Caratoba from Oz Jenner. Again, I absolutely loved that cigar. And the Las Calaveras from this year is probably going to round out my top 5. Now, again, I have not smoked nearly as many cigars this past year as I have in years past. Life has really changed for me. I have a lot of different things demanding my time. I still love my cigar time, which is why I want to talk with a lot more people about finding what their cigars are, because they're the new hunters. I used to be the king of the hunter. And I appreciate that the mantle is being picked up by others, that they're going out and grabbing these new cigars. that they're recommending things to me. Jeremy's palate I trust a lot. George's, Latasha's, Keith's. A lot of these people that are out here in the comment section right now, y'all are my real OG motherfuckers that are out there that continually help guide me toward buying more cigars. Now that I'm not hip on it, I'm not waiting for that next drop. I'm trusting you guys to not lead me in a bad direction. I trust your palates. We've been smoking together for 5+ years. Again, a lot of these things that if you're watching this thing on replay and you see some of these folks dropping some of this stuff in the comments, take your notepad out, write this shit down, go buy these cigars. These are the people that I trust their palates. I trust their votes. And again, that's kind of my top 5 for the year. It can be very, very fluid, but those are the top 5 cigars that I tried in 2025. I'm done. I'm going to drink.
Jimmy, I like the Broadway. I like the Crown Heads Broadway. He tried something a little different. He made an expensive cigar. I don't think for the price point I like it, but all in all, it was a good Crown Heads cigar. But I mean, it's like $20 a pop for that cigar. So I didn't buy a lot of them, but solid smoke for sure. All right, guys. Well, I'm giving you my list of my top 5 this year. Go ahead, everybody. Drop me your number 1 cigar for the year. What cigar did you love the most? And we'll get ready to give you my top 5, and we'll get out of here for the night. But let me see them comments light up real quick. Everybody, real quick, drop your favorite cigar that was released this year, or Okia start rambling about something different. Don't get him started. And let's go from there. All right.
Y'all done put the quarter in that little ride that was outside the Kmart. You're on it for a little while. So
yes, sir. All right. My top 5 cigars of the year. I'm going to go with a Espinosa Knuckle Sandwich 57. Actually, I'm going to give you my top 6 because I just can't leave this out. The Room 101 15th anniversary was going to be my top 6. We got the Knuckle Sandwich 57 at 5. I got the Warhead 11 was number 4. I don't know where the fucking Warhead was at on this. Yeah, I think the Doughboy, that was a downside of that cigar was his price point. But it's a great cigar, not a $20 cigar in my opinion. All right, so we got Room 101 15th 6. Knuckle Sandwich 57 was 5. Warhead 11 was my 4. I'm going to go with the Pastani San Andreas for my number 3 this year. I don't know. That one blew me away. I really like that cigar a lot. That's getting hard to do, Lindo, not wanting to spend more than $12 on a stick. We're past that point, buddy. The new norm seems to be $15 now for a stick. My number 2 cigar of the year, Los Calaveras for 2025, is my number 2 cigar of the year. My number 1 cigar of the year is a tie because I've smoked a lot of each of them. It flip-flops. Sometimes I love one more than the other, but that's going to be the Knuckle Sandwich Puro and the Viva Connie. That's going to be a strong tie for number 1 for me. I've probably smoked more of those two cigars combined this year than any other cigar. Los Calaveras may be close to the amount smoked, but the Puro and the Viva Connecticut are my tie for number 1 because it's like picking your favorite child. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I love them both equally.
And normally you and I beef on those, but it's one of those deals. This is probably the first year that I can't argue your list.
Yeah,
like I can't make a good argument against you. Like I can't tell you you're fucked.
Yeah, I mean either you're changing or I'm changing, but somehow we're meshing. But
yeah.
Man, that's hard to say, Jeremy. To me, I would say this year's Los Calaveras was probably one of the top 3 they've ever done.
I'm not going to go that far, but I will tell you that I think the Los Calaveras this year was still better than a lot of other cigars I smoked.
Oh, yeah, definitely a lot better than other cigars on this list.
Hey, I tell you what, they will never, ever top that damn Green Band. The first year that they did that Huber got a hold of the San Andreas and started blending that thing, that I believe it was 2017 or 2018. That Green Band, I don't know, will ever be topped.
Well, what was it? The Los Calaveras, the first year ever, that was such a big hit. A lot of people don't realize, but they put that cigar is still out under a different brand now. You can still get the original Los Calaveras as a different cigar in its portfolio under a different name.
Yeah.
I like your list for sure. Well, thank you, Jeff. Thank you. I appreciate that. Green Band was legit. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Top 5 that they have done, the Broadleaf and Nicker Puro top 2 years.
I mean, the broadleaf that he did was really, really good. I didn't like the tobacco that was under the broadleaf. I loved the broadleaf on the top. But again, that San Andreas that he blended with the green band was great. The purple band I didn't like as much. The yellow
purple
band
and yellow were kind of lackluster. The purple and the yellow kind of let me down.
They got funky.
Yeah.
And I don't, like I said, Huber is an absolutely eccentric guy. We were trying for years to get him on one of our herfs. And, Huber was basically, well, I'm only on from, 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock. Yeah, after that, I clock out. Yeah. And, I'd have loved to have had Huber because, the guy's got a great palate. He's got a great blend. And he continually puts out great stuff. I don't always agree with everything that he's got, but, it's not necessarily my cigar, but I'm not telling you it's bad.
No, it makes some of the best budget sticks out there, man. If you have not tried the Juarez brand,
dear God,
I mean, you're missing out for a budget stick.
And if you go out and look, I want to say it was either Fox Cigar or Famous Smoke here not too long ago had their fresh packs, and they had all 5 Vitolas of the Juarez, and they had them for like $22. And yeah, I mean, it was nuts. I mean, you go out and you buy every Juarez because I don't give a shit which Vitola you buy it in. The Jericho Hill was amazing.
Yeah, Jericho Hill.
Mil Diaz. Every year, the La Carême is a great cigar, but if you get it in that limited edition where it's got that torpedo tip on it, that La Carême is an absolute chocolate monster. Sad Dave and I met up in Spokane. There was somebody that had a local chocolate stout that was there. We drank the chocolate stout and smoked the La Carême, and it was absolutely magical. It was absolutely amazing. And Sad Dave couldn't be with us tonight because, he had to go and
he had a work trip tonight.
Yeah, he had to go play with all the people from work. So
well, Doughboy wants to know your reason you don't like box presses. So he's going to get you on another rant here before we go. You're correct, Jeremy. That is the rebrand of the first original Los Calaveras is the La Imperiosa now. And it still smokes the same.
Okay, so my issue with the box press Doughboy is everybody jumped off making the box press. It became kind of the new thing. There were so many people that did an inadequate job of box presses that they burn like absolute ass. You would have, like, the corners would barely burn, but everything on a flat side would go like a rocket. So it was very difficult to smoke some of those cigars. The Judge from my father, again, probably one of the only cigars out of that lineup that I don't care for. Smoke output was on par with Drew Estate's. Flavor was not. So whenever I see a box press and just your more traditional round, I'm going to go with the round. Now, I might float back and try the box press. But for me, it's one of those deals. It's always been the consistency and the quality of the burn in a box press. Just because you smash it and make it a square does not mean it was a good idea.
There are exceptions. Viva Club 500. I think CAO makes a damn good box press with the flathead line.
Okay.
But I get it. Not everybody can put out a box press.
I'm glad that a lot of folks failed at it. That's what I'm really happy about, is to say absolutely biffed and decided maybe I'm not good at this. And they backed off of it. So I think a lot of the box presses is kind of drifting back, that it's not the new cool thing to do. But the cats that were out there that were doing a great job at it now have great cigars. Yeah. Like, I mean, I'll bring the cigar back up again. The War Witch, because it was a box press, kind of a Lancero Grande / really long Corona, burned absolutely perfect, and just an absolute great cigar. So I'm always hesitant to grab a box press over that. I'm always hesitant to grab a Diadema over a lot of the other ones. The guys that know how to manufacture it and blend it well have done a great job at it. But again, it's just a personal preference. I'm not a huge box press guy. The Diseño is a soft box press. Just going to tell you that. AJ did his thing. The Dorado was both. Both of those were magic. Pete did a couple of the Tuxlas that were a soft box. They were both excellent. So I don't have a hatred for box presses. I hated the fact that everybody was trying to do it, and it didn't turn out well.
I just put that up there so you could argue with Jeremy.
I know, and it's one of those deals that's pretty quick. We're going to go play Fallout 76 and all the rest of that stuff. And we're going to debate the damn box presses and all that other stuff. He and I go back and forth consistently. Definitely my brother from another mother. We go back and forth on cigars and all the rest of that stuff. Again, I argue that if a diadema is done correctly, that is the best cigar that you will ever smoke.
The Viva Diademas.
Chef Special.
Oh,
Diademas. Yeah. The second warhead that they put out with the Diademas, George, help me, was it the 8?
George is probably froze to death by now. He's got 12 inches at his house tonight.
Well, I mean, I've heard stories about him anyway, so 12 inches of white stuff at George's house is nothing new.
Right.
But again, like I said, Doughboy, I completely and totally agree with you. And a long time is the key word. Like I said, there was that trend from like 1920, 21 that these guys were box pressing shit, especially during the COVID years, that everybody was just trying to keep their business afloat. And they tried to box press a lot of their cigars that not necessarily needed a box press.
If a Lancero is done correctly, it's the best you can smoke. That's what Jeremy said.
Hey, I tell you what, you want life-changing? Go out. I don't know that they've done it in several years, but go find your local shop that sells, God bless, the Tabernacle.
Yes.
Go find that Tabernacle in the true Lancero. And then let's jump off. Find the Crema in the Lancero. The Murcielago in the Lancero. It's one of those deals is, hey, I'm a big cool guy. I need big cigar. I tell you what, you go out and find a damn Lancero, a true 38 ring, smoke that, and I will dare say that is probably one of the best. Like, okay, let's go back to Pete. Skinny Monsters are better than his Monster series. I said what I said.
I treat Lanceros like pipe tobacco. I'm too impatient, and I can't smoke a cigar that slow. So, me and Lanceros don't get along.
Lancero is one of those deals. As I had somebody years ago, Humbly Deep, another one of the gals that's out there that was a burner for a long time. Again, trust her palate as well. But she recommended that I dry box every Lancero.
That's what I've been told. Yeah, that's what I've been told.
And you dry box that Lancero, and that is the change that you need in order to get that humidity level down and make all of those tobaccos burn and play well together. And they're absolutely amazing.
I may have to revisit then.
Yeah, so it's one of those deals. Like I said, Tatuaje Skinny Monsters, I don't even humidify the damn things. If I've got a couple of 62 Bovedas out there, that I'll throw my Lanceros in with the 62 Bovedas just to dry them out a little bit and smoke them after that. And they're some of the best cigars that they put out, period. Jeremy and I, we did our meetup in Spokane back in 2020, 2021. I'm trying to remember whenever that one was. And we found the LFD Double Lajero in a Lancero.
Oh my God, that was a powerhouse cigar regularly.
I am not kidding you. Like, I have not gotten the spins off of a cigar like that one, the Tabby Lancero and the Warwitch Lancero. Those three Lanceros in particular have absolutely kicked the dog shit out of me. And it's like an abusive relationship. I keep going back.
Yeah, that was a powerful cigar.
Yeah, keep in mind, we had been smoking and drinking a lot, so it may not have all been the cigar on the Double Lajero Lancero, but,
Well, I think, Lanceros take too much attention. They're good, but they don't go, Yeah, I don't know. I've had some good Lanceros, but do I buy them? No, Just too much.
That's the reason that you see a lot of companies don't make the Lancero, is because it's not a big seller for them.
It takes a love. You got to love it while you smoke it. You got to show it love like a pipe.
Yeah, and it's one of those things is I love the smaller rings because I love the intensity of flavor. Let's go back to the foundation stuff. Like, I loved all of his stuff in the Corona. The Elwell Wednesday, the Tabernacle series, Weissman,
Wise Man, yes.
Yeah, I loved all of those in the Corona just for that smaller one. Murcielago, Crema, and all the rest of that stuff. If you don't find the Lancero, find the Rubito.
Yeah.
Great smokes. But again, now we're not even on the top 10 list anymore. You guys are just trying to piss me off.
That's normally how this happens. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all coming in tonight. Me and Oki only intended to go an hour, but you got us rambling for an hour and a half tonight. So we're good. And y'all just keep praying to the cigar gods. And Oki will be hosting a weekly herf again before you know it, educating all you guys. And I know everybody loves seeing that again. But I appreciate you guys coming. Sorry this had to be rescheduled last weekend, but Snowmageddon happened for the whole country, and a lot of people didn't have power and didn't want to stress about something like this. So we had to move it 1 week, but we've had a great turnout all night. These things always get a lot of replays on YouTube for the next week or so. So we appreciate it. All the new guys, thanks for coming in.
Pray for Georgia and Florida and Mississippi and all the rest of those places right now that don't normally get snow, because they're not in for a good weekend either.
Yeah, Danny's going to be like 20 degrees tonight, and he couldn't even come in here because they don't know what to do with 20 degrees. So
yeah, he I don't know that he owns a closed-toed shoe.
I don't think he has pants. He's always in shorts. I've never seen him have pants.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, Florida's not built for this, especially Tampa and Orlando and Jacksonville. So
yeah, hey, do I feel bad for him? No.
No, sir. All right, guys, y'all have a good night. Like I said, I will share over the next few days. We'll put this whole top 10 there. Make sure to tag the people, comment on it, show them that we are smoking their stuff and supporting them, and they've made our countdown. And anything else you need to say, Oki?
Palates are subjective. Smoke what you like, hype what you like. Again, this top 10 list this year, like Jason said, was a departure from our normal stuff because we had, I won't say that we had stagnant growth, but there was a little bit of a time where we had dip and bringing in new members. And we had the same brand showing up on our top 10 list. This year, listen, guys, I've talked a lot of shit tonight. Jason has talked a lot of shit tonight. But it's one of those things is you know what? We got a lot of new blood that's going to kind of bring some stuff back to us. We've kind of done our departure and we're pretty well set in our ways. But, a lot of young blood that's coming in, or new blood, let's put it that way. Folks that have smoked for a very, very long time that, that are coming in, that have seen, our lives and Jason Saturday or Sunday coffee streams, or, whenever I was doing the Saturday with Brian and all that other stuff. We've had a lot of folks that have popped in, and you guys have got a lot of great insights, and you love what you love. And that's one of those deals is it's just like anything else in this world. I don't knock you for what it is that you want to smoke. I don't knock you for what it is that you want to drink. You know what? You do your thing, because that's what makes this industry great. That's what makes all of this. That's what makes all of this wonderful is what? Most of the time I bust Jason's balls because it's like, what were you thinking, man? Because, our palates are very, very different, and, he fires back on me and all the rest of that stuff. But you know what? We're all still smoking, and definitely go out there. And another thing that I want to encourage, and all the rest of that stuff, is it's been fairly peaceful for the last little bit. But keep in mind, our rights as cigar smokers are always under attack. So please do yourself a favor. Go out there and look at CRA, Cigar Rights of America. Continue to buy their annual pack, because that money goes to help guys like Rocky Patel. Even though we don't love his cigars, Rocky is one hell of a lawyer and one hell of a lobbyist. And these guys are out there, and they are fighting for our rights as cigar consumers to not go through taxations. Granted, our prices are going up because the cost of distribution is going up. Please go out and support CRA. Go out there and support your small local brands. Support these upstart guys that are trying to get out there and in the mix. Support Arik with Black Star Lines, or support Brandon and Jess with Big Sky. Support some of these other guys with Cigar Clowns, like we've already mentioned tonight. Go out and grab these guys' cigars, smoke them, give them a chance. you know what, go out there and support yourself all the way across. Support the small brand, support your local brick and mortar, support the CRA. And you know what, we're going to potentially look at trying to keep some of our costs down and be able to continue doing this, because it's one of those is we don't do this nearly as often as we need to. We don't HERF nearly as often as we need to, but it's one of those deals. It clearly defines who we are as a community and how we come together. That we're able to come together and burn some very, very, you know, phallic shaped old leaves, according to one of our great friends. You know, we have a lot of stuff out there that, you know what, there's a whole lot of conversation going on about dead leaves in the shape of a penis that we put in our mouths. And again, you know what, please go out there, support these organizations, support these guys that are out there. Granted, I'm not a huge Rocky fan, but you know what, I'll buy 2 or 3 his cigars, because it's one of those deals. If I can help support his money out there, then he can go up on Capitol Hill and fight for me.
Right.
And again, you know, just continue doing that. Support your brothers and sisters. Somebody's coming up out there in the cigar world. They want to try cigars. Be supportive. Man, don't necessarily lead them down the path that you're on. You're on different cigar journeys. Start them.
And I might add one more thing to that, guys. He said palates are subjective, and they absolutely are. But the biggest piece of advice I can give to you, especially any new people in this club and new smokers, branch out. You have to try new things. You got to keep that palate going. Your palate will forever change. Listen, I'm smoking things. We started Barrel Burners in 18, and things I was smoking now, you would never find in my humidor again. Things I was smoking 2 years ago have got phased out with other cigars. You've got to keep trying new things and keep that palate churning.
Absolutely.
And that's all we got for y'all tonight, guys. Stay put for a second, Okie. Y'all have a good night. And some guys were wanting to get in an open HERF. So if y'all are available, jump over to our Discord, get in that open HERF, and y'all keep the party going. Everybody have a good night.